Alright, hi guys, welcome back. This is another video on basically how I draw these thumbnails for all the songs. So, let's start the time lapse. I already explained stuff before, so if you want to hear that, go watch the other one. It's not in the description. Actually, it might be in the description. We'll find out. I guess you're just gonna have to check it. So, I'm just drawing. I'm doing a profile type thing because this is one of my characters. It's a girl that I'm drawing, and she's pretty cool. But I'm just like, I kind of suck at drawing profiles, like I never draw them. So this took me a while to just get the whole base down because I don't know. I don't draw these. I usually do like a 3/4 angle and that's it. But I thought, no, we need to try something else. So we did, and then the eye gets shifted a lot. It gets moved around a lot because it looks weird. Of course, I always think that, but you know, if you saw the music video, you'd know that it looks better now, or at least I think it looks better now. So, yeah. And then the weird chin thing, which gets changed a little bit. And then you put the ear in. After I had all of the main stuff down, it wasn't really that difficult, because all you have to do is color it, and that's kind of just, you have a lot of leverage with that. You can do what you want with that. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say on this part. I'm just drawing a little outline. Oh yeah, I did some shading because what I like to do, since I'll draw this stuff in different sections, I'll do stuff like add, outline of shading so that when I go back I don't forget, because I will forget because I'm not going to sit down for 5 hours and draw this from start to finish. I just do not have the mental capacity for that. So that's that. And this is me drawing the hair. The hair looks weird, but I don't know. I kind of like it. Like, okay, her character, she's supposed to be like tough, so she does parkour and stuff. And I wanted her to have a hairstyle that looked cool, but also like her hair was up, because it's kind of hard to jump around when hair is flying in your face, so I wanted to make it practical, so that's her hairstyle. And I'm also using different colors for all the different components. That's just to make it easier for me to trace each individual part. Okay, there we go. I changed a couple things off camera, but this is the line art. I don't know, there's not much else. I put her pupil down, but then I thought, no, because I usually do extra stuff with that. And when you're drawing on a vector layer, there's a whole bunch of dots, like I said this last time, but you move stuff around. And I didn't like the idea, because if you put a dot down, it's basically just a cluster of, it's just a mess, okay? It's just a mess. So I wanted to do all of that as if it was just being painted in. See all of those dots there? I didn't want that. So, yeah. And then sometimes I'll turn off my reference layer just to see if it looks normal, because sometimes if it's overlapping your reference layer, you just think, not the worst. But then you take it off and you realize there's a lot you missed because they blend together and you can't tell sometimes. So I did that. And then I traced the eyebrow. Added the lines. I learned my lesson. I turned the thickness thing off, because I said that last time, it was annoying. But I turned it off so that we could just have solid lines. Because unless I'm doing strands of hair, I really don't care how my line is shaped. Well, I mean, I prefer this, obviously, but you know what I mean. So, we're tracing the stuff, and the stuff is being traced. And the hair is very, like, those chunks are very geometrical, I don't know why. It's a style preference, okay? I added a few more. Just the thing with that is, if you think you should add more, I mean, more is not always better, but for me, just add more, you know? It might look good, and if it looks bad, erase it. That's my life motto. And then the little hair line thingies. which are kind of short, honestly, but then I add more, like I did with the other dude last time. I changed it all up. I wrote whelp down there because I was kind of like, what am I doing with my life? But it's okay, because, yeah, the hoodie part was the easier part, just because, like, it's a really simple shape. I mean, it's long, like it's one big long straight line, but other than that, it's pretty much okay. Okay, this is me adjusting the lines. See what I'm talking about? Those little dots? Imagine just drawing like a solid black circle, you really scribble it in, then there's just gonna be a cluster of dots, and then it's just a mess. That's what I wanted to avoid. But then I'll erase stuff, because, you know, when you're coloring underneath that, it's not gonna matter. Also, there's that little under hairline, and for whatever reason, I did not know how to draw it in. Okay, so here's me zooming in and out a lot. I'm making the mask, which honestly, a little tip is once you make the mask, oh, I made it green for a second there. Once you make the mask, you just have to right click on it and it'll say selection from layer. You click make a selection and it'll automatically just instead, see, I have to color all of this in because it doesn't know that this is what I want. But once you make it, once you do it once, you can just click selection from layer and then there you go, automatic, it's right there and done. So this was tedious, but worth it in the end because it's a lot easier rather than, because I already hand color everything mostly, so it's a lot easier when I know I can go outside of the lines. And then I changed her hair. I like the idea of brown hair, but then I thought, no, these gotta be more different-ish, so I made it blue later on. Well, not that much later on, but I thought it looked nice, okay? I mean, both look nice, but I didn't know, because the version of her that I have on my wall, because I put my characters, like, a picture of them on my wall, is in black and white, and her hair has, like, no color to it at all. So I did not know, I didn't actually think of that. And then I forgot a little part of the hood there, so I put that in there. Oh, yeah, we're coloring the hood now. Okay. I wanted to make it black, but then I realized you can't shade with black, and the whole point was I like shading because it makes it look cool, even though what I did with the hood later is kind of gross. But I made it dark gray. And then this is like the lip thing that I do, which I like because I feel like it's just something that needs to be more defined. Oh, and then nap time, real quick here, boys, because I was really exhausted. And so I was like, yeah. Also, my friend was spamming me with memes. And y'all know, if someone sends you memes, you can't just check on them later. You gotta respond. But the only problem with that is that once I did respond, they kept sending me memes. So I had to stop and look at memes, okay? Don't judge me. You know you look at memes too, okay? We all do. That's our culture. Well, yeah, meme culture. Anyways, back to the drawing. Okay, this is me shading the face, the weird little eye crevice thing that I do because it's my life. I could do what I want. Here's nap time a la dose. Oh, we're back. Okay. Yeah, every time this stops is because I'm checking memes. Okay. And then I do a little shade thing right at the hairline just because I want to emphasize the fact that it's not like so tightly pulled, like it's kind of like not bushy, but you know what I mean, like the hair kind of just wraps around and makes a little shade part there. So I wanted to make sure that was known, even though people won't notice it, but just like, even if you don't notice it, it's still like aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, and then we're stopping again. Nap time number 3. Yay! I had a little bit of trouble shading the neck because the whole idea of this picture was supposed to be like a bridge with some trees in the background, some water, and like a moon shining down, and I forgot to put light reflecting off her face, which now I regret, but I don't care because I'm really lazy, so I'm not going to add it. But there was still light there, and so I wanted to shade like the back of it. Well, not right now, but later. And I didn't know what to do because I kept changing it because I was not satisfied. There it is. Okay. This is where it got all weird because I thought, is that where the light's gonna hit? Probably not. So then I did a thing. That thing. And it turned out okay. So, cool beans. And then I added more shading to the ear. I always go back to the ears for some reason, because I'm just not satisfied with the way they're shaded. Like something needs to be changed, or I feel like I can do something better with it. Alright, so now we're shading the hair, which was a tedious process, because like I said, I don't like to manually blend stuff for some reason. Probably because it's artificial, and it's like, I feel like I have more control when I'm just doing it with whatever pen, because if you press lighter, then it'll give you a lighter color anyways. So I just did that. And the way I color things is, you do the base. So sometimes I like to add highlights, but I think, what's the color that's going to be seen the most? And I think, okay, that's the color. And then we go for the first layer of shade. So I think, like, I don't know, how dark is most of the shade going to get? And then I pick that color, so that's what I'm doing right now. And wherever it's shaded, I put more of that down, just because, I mean, there's shade with everything. So you just think, what's going to be the slightly darker color that's not the main base color? So that's what I did. So then when you have the next layer of shade, which is even darker, that's kind of for all of the little crevices where, like, it's nearly black, or it's just a really dark color. So I don't know, that's just the way I draw, alright? Like, I don't know, this is just my style, or the way that I work. Oh, nap time again. Yeah. Alright, and then I was shading around the head, and that was fine to begin with. But the thing that I forget about is that you consider where there's going to be darkness on certain objects, but you also have to take into consideration the objects over top of them. Because, for example, the hood is going over the head, so later on I realized that, and I put more of like a straight line, where like I conformed the line of shade to the line in which the hood is like over top of the head, because those are like the little things that kind of make it more realistic. Like, obviously this is not like realism, but just kind of to make it look better. I don't know. Like, it kind of looks, in the end, it still kind of looks cringe to me, just because I don't like what I did with the hood, but I also had no clue what else to do with it, so I left it. But, you know, I'm just trying to improve. So I try to do things, and if I like something, then I'll remember to do it next time. So, okay, this is the darker shade. And I go in over in the edge of the hood. This is gonna be a long video. This took me a while, but I did most of it. I think I did all of it in like 2 or 3 days, which is, the other one took like 4 or 5 days, because I would sit down, film a thing, leave, next day, sit down, film a thing, and leave. But this time I thought, no, I'm too lazy. We gotta try in life sometimes. So now we're here. And now this whole shading the hair part, like I said, it was tedious, but looks kind of nice, honestly. That's the one thing, I didn't add highlights to the hair, because that's the thing, is that even if that's the base color, look, it already looks like it's shining. And it's also, the picture that I'm drawing is supposed to take place at nighttime, so it makes even more sense if the hair was a darker shade than it usually is. So it all works out in the end. And I wrote myself a little message saying, do not forget the earring, because if you noticed at the beginning, or even in the other video, that she was wearing an earring, and that was a whole concept that I had come up with, and I was like, yes, I like this, let's do this. And I wrote it down, and I drew the earring in, but then I forgot, because I completely neglected that line art, probably because I did the line art in black, blue, and purple, and then the earring was just in yellow, because it's like a golden tint. But I remembered, okay, don't worry. Well, like I said, if you saw the video, you would know, but it's in there. Okay, anyways. The sass level is getting high, boys. We need to calm down. Even though I don't know if I can calm down. What the heck am I doing with the hood? I'm like disappointed in myself. But it's fine. It's not that bad. Actually, it kind of is. I was stuck on this part for a really long time because the hood is not like... It's like made out of cotton or wool or something. Probably cotton. So it's not like a chunky texture. Like you don't do a lot of, I don't know, straight lines, I guess. That's why I was doing a lot of curves. A lot of curves for the shading. But then I realized that kind of looks weird. I need to fix it. And I told myself that for a really long time because I think this whole segment took me about 20 minutes to figure out for some reason. It's really dumb because this should be the easier part. But you know how it is. Actually, you might not know my pain. You might know my pain. And if you can, I don't know what else to say. I hope you're thriving out there. If you know my pain, even if you don't know my pain, I hope you're thriving out there. But this is what I made myself do, because obviously I brought this upon myself. Okay, back to the drawing. Yeah, actually don't know what to say about this. This is just more darkness. Because, yes, darkness is great, my dudes. Add a little bit. Sometimes that's what your image is missing if you're drawing. Add a little bit of darkness, add a little bit of light. Think about where the light's coming from and do the opposite. Yeah, do the opposite. Put darkness on the other side. And yeah. And then I thought this shading right here looked weird because it looked like that darkness was trying to combine with the other one. And I was like, no. Okay. I did a lot of stuff off camera. That's the background. And other stuff in the bridge and whatever. That's the dude. You already know that. I did a green screen thing because I was trying to get it to like move behind it. But yeah, that's the finished thing. So I don't know, dudes. Thanks for watching, I guess. The fact that you clicked on this video because you're either intrigued or you cared enough to click on it is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, I don't know. Do I have a lesson for each one? Here's the lesson for this one. You can add shade. You can add shade. Shade is cool. It makes things look cool. And it adds depth. And your drawings can be funky. And sometimes it's difficult to know where the shade goes. But you just gotta think. Where's the light? Okay, it's on that side. Then the other side, there's darkness. And that's all I gotta say about that, my dudes. So, yeah, okay, bye.